Welcome to Think Like a Native, Unlocking Fluent English. I'm your host, Victor, and today we're diving into a crucial strategy for becoming a fluent English speaker, thinking in English without translation. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation, trying to express something, but you just can't find the right words? Or maybe you understand English well when you read or listen, but when it comes to speaking, it feels like there's a barrier. If so, you're not alone. Many language learners face this challenge, and it often stems from relying too much on translation in our minds. Let me share a quick story. When I first started learning English, I would always think in my native language, and then translate those thoughts into English. This worked okay for writing essays, but when it came to speaking, I was always a step behind. I would hesitate, stumble over words, and often end up saying things that sounded awkward or unnatural. It wasn't until I started practicing thinking directly in English that I began to see real improvement in my fluency. So, why is thinking in English so important? Well, when you translate, you're essentially doing two things at once, thinking in your native language, and then converting that into English. This double process takes time and can lead to unnatural phrasing because you're not using the language as a native speaker would. Native speakers don't translate, they think directly in English. By training yourself to do the same, you can speak more fluently and naturally. Let's break this down. Why it matters. Translating slows you down and can make your speech sound unnatural. Imagine you're in a conversation and someone asks you a question. If you have to translate that question into your native language, think about the answer in your native language and then translate it back into English. You're adding extra steps that native speakers don't have to deal with. This can make you hesitate or lose track of the conversation. Moreover, translating can lead to unnatural phrasing. For example, idiomatic expressions or phrasal verbs might not have direct equivalents in your native language, so when you translate, you might end up with a literal translation that doesn't make sense in English. For instance, saying I have 20 years instead of I'm 20 years old is a common mistake from direct translation. Strategy: start small and build up. The key is to start small and build up gradually. Begin with single words. Throughout your day, label things in your environment with English words. For example, when you see a coffee cup, think coffee. When you feel the sun, think sun. This helps you associate the word directly with the object or concept without going through your native language. Next, move on to short sentences. Describe what you're doing or seeing in simple English sentences. For example, I'm drinking coffee. The sky is blue. I'm walking to work. Try to do this mentally as you go about your day. Tips for success: describe your surroundings. Mentally describe what you see around you in English. For example, the table is wooden. The room is quiet. Immerse yourself. Set your phone, computer, and other devices to English. Watch movies and TV shows in English, listen to English music, and read books or articles in English. The more you surround yourself with the language, the more natural it will become to think in it. Think in context-specific phrases. Native speakers often use phrases that are tied to specific situations or emotions. For example, instead of thinking I am very thirsty, think I'm parched. This not only helps with fluency, but also makes your speech sound more natural. Cultural insight. Let's talk a bit about cultural context. Native speakers often use phrases that are tied to specific situations or emotions. For instance, saying I'm parched conveys a stronger sense of thirst than just I'm thirsty. Understanding these nuances can help you express yourself more accurately and sound more like a native. Now, for your homework this week, I want you to spend at least 5 minutes each day thinking in English. Describe your day, your surroundings, or even your thoughts in English without translating from your native language. For example, I'm sitting at my desk, the computer is on. I'm thinking about this podcast. It might feel strange at first, but with practice, it will become easier. Remember, the goal is to make thinking in English a habit. It won't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you'll start to notice a difference in your fluency and confidence. Next time, we'll talk about mastering phrasal verbs, another key to sounding like a native speaker. Stay tuned.